Hey there, it's Erin with Time Saving Templates, and today I'm going to be going over one of the topics that is covered in the free compensation metrics cheat sheet that you can download. You can find that cheat sheet just by going to timesavingtemplates.com/free resources, and it has a bunch of different metrics in it. But today I'm going to be going over one in particular, the position and range, also called range penetration, and we're going to go over what that means and how to interpret that. So let me open the Excel that has some sample data in it. This template we're looking at right here is the salary increase template. This is part of the base pay bundle. So I have already added a little bit of sample information, but not everything. It's more set up for individual promotions or salary changes. So there's place for current salary, current position, new position. As with all the templates, the gray cells are the formulas that are going to update and calculate after you plug in your other information. So I haven't filled it out completely, but I've included salary ranges and a current and new salary. So we're getting these calculations over here, and you'll see there's a few. It's calculating the increase amount, the increase percent. We have compa ratio, which I covered in another video. I can link to that. That's also in the comp metrics cheat sheet. But today I want to focus on this one, the position and range, which is also referred to as range penetration. So, but I'll just call it position and range for today. So what this number means is it's looking at the employee's salary. For this, we're using the recommended. So we're using the HR recommended salary or the recommended increase, the new salary, and we're comparing the new salary to where it falls within the range. So where does it fall between the min and the max? It's a little bit different if you're used to compa ratio, which is only looking at the midpoint or the median of the range. So that's one thing to remember, that compa ratio is always only going to be looking at the midpoint and how the employee is paid to the midpoint, where position and range is taking into account the min and the max. So here is a breakdown of the formula for position and range. It's going to be the employee's pay. If you're looking at a new salary increase or recommendation, it's looking at the new salary or employee's pay minus the salary range minimum divided by the max of the salary range minus the min of the salary range. So that's going to be your formula for position and range. That will give you that percentage within the min and max. Now compare that to the breakdown of this formula for compa ratio. Compa ratio is just going to be the new employee salary divided by the salary band midpoint or median. Those are your two formulas. So you'll see these different numbers here, and really it's the same thing. So this person requested salary at 38.5 is the midpoint of the salary range. So we're going to get a 1.0 for compa ratio, and position and range is a 0.5 or 50%. So with both of these metrics, you can show it as a ratio as it is here, or we can also change it to a percentage, which I'm just going to do that really quick because I like the percentages a little bit better. I'm going to do percentage with no decimal. Easier to read, a little bit easier to look at, right? So position and range. So how did I calculate this 50%? The formula is already here, but I'll redo it so you can see. But it's basically saying they are 50% between the min and the max, which also is the midpoint. But I'm just going to delete that so we can start over. You're just going to take equal and do a parenthesis, and you're going to take the employee's pay or the new pay amount, whichever amount you're looking for, minus the minimum of the salary range. So employee pay minus minimum, and then divided by parenthesis then we're going to want to take the max minus the min, close parenthesis. So that's the actual formula in case you need to calculate it. But if that seems like a lot to remember, go get the free cheat sheet, or better yet, get this template and the formula is already in there. So you don't even have to type it in. But just to go through a few examples to see how this would look. If someone is 40,000, they're getting to the above the midpoint, closer to the max, they're going to show at 62%. And if I have someone right at 45,000, they're right at the max of the range, they're going to show 100%. So let's keep going and say we have somebody over the max of the range. I'm just going to copy down the range. Now we're going to have anything over 100% in position and range means they're over the max. Very different than the compa ratio percentage, where at 100%, they're right at the median at 100%. So sometimes you may want to use one or the other so the two don't get confused together. So something to think about. So I hope that helps to go through these examples to show you how to calculate position and range, how to interpret different percentages of position and range. And for next week's video, I'm going to be adding a visual component to position and range. So let me just show you what it looks like. We're going to be adding this bar graphic into the cell for position and range, and we can do it different colors. This is showing us how much above or below the position and range. So it's only going into the negative when someone goes below the range minimum. So you can highlight people that are below the minimum of the range here. And then everybody else who is minimum or above, it's just going to have a longer bar the higher they are in the range. So we're going to go over an example of how to add that in next week if you've ever tried or wanted to have a visual within the cell that shows positive and negatives. That'll be a good one. Okay, so again, if that sounded too complicated, don't forget you can just get this template. We'll be adding this feature into the salary increase template, which we'll link to in the listing. It's part of the base pay bundle. So that includes different templates for salary increases, merit increases, promotions, and creating some salary ranges. So I hope that helps. And also don't forget to go download the free cheat sheet. That'll give directions or have a quick summary of each of the comp metrics. You can find that by going to timesavingtemplates.com/free resources. And there's going to be 3 different sections. You want the one for HR and compensation. And if you scroll down, we also have a free guide to getting started with Excel and some other things you may want to look at. And to find that template, I'll link to it, but you can also get there by going to the shop button here and then click on Human Resources Spreadsheets. So until next time, don't forget, I'm here to help you streamline and save time when it comes to using your Excel spreadsheets. Thanks.